What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journos, Comics, and Pop Culture. Super excited to be here to deliver you all numbers 20 through 11 of the top 50 key comics to invest in for under $50. If you haven't checked out the first 3 installments of this video series, I highly recommend that you all do that as well. Remember, as we get lower on the list, these books are increasing higher and higher in value. We're looking at fair market value of today and comparing that to fair market value from 3 years ago. Before we get into the video, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Check out all the awesome links below in the description as well. And I want to let you all know you guys have a chance to win an amazing high-grade copy of Alpha Flight #1, the first appearance of Puck and so many other awesome characters. This book has been heating up as well. All you need to do to have a chance to win this book is make sure you are subscribed to the channel, click that notification button, and of course, leave your thoughts of the video in the comments below today. Before we get into the books, I gotta also let you know about bcwsupplies.com and how you can save 10% off of your supply orders. If you are in need of comic book supplies, you can use the code JOURNOS to receive 10% off of your purchase. You can use this code as many times as you want. It never expires. All right, who is ready for some hot books? Counting down, 20 to 11, starting out with book number 20 on the list today. We got The Punisher #1. This is his first ongoing series. So I recently talked in a video some time back about the #1 of his limited series as being a great investment book. This one is the next one up. It's obviously a little more affordable. Let's look at these numbers. Current 9.6 CGC fair market value, sitting at about $103 compared to 3 years ago where it was sitting at about $47. That is a 3-year increase of 119%. And as I always like to let you all know, fair market value is always a rough average. It's not an exact science, and fair market value can change day to day, week to week. So keep that in mind. Now, this is 50 for 50 and under. So we're looking at average raw sale at $38 for this book. So that means you could still find a decent copy of this book for under that $50 mark. This is a later 80s book, so hoping you could find maybe around a fine plus for $38. It's just my guesstimate off the top of my head. And remember, average raw sale doesn't pertain to a specific grade. They're just averaging all the raw sales, no matter the grade, dividing it by how many books sold. That is your average. So again, just a rough way to gauge what you could find this book for out on the market. Moving on to book number 19 on the list, we have Batman 366, the first technical appearance of Jason Todd. He basically stole the original Robin uniform, and he is posing as Robin in this book. These numbers, current 9.6 CGC fair market value, $205 next to 3 years ago, sitting at 90. That's 128% increase. So with these numbers, you can already see that that percent increase is getting higher and higher as we're counting down, right? Average raw sale, $28. So again, still decently affordable book. I believe this book came out in 83. So, later Bronze Age book. These books are definitely out there. And this is the point in time in the video where I want to remind you all, I am not here to tell you to buy any of these books. I'm not here to force anything on you. I want you all to take in what I have to say. It's a little bit of opinion mixed with a little bit of facts and data, and it's up to you to be educated in what you're doing to make a sound purchase or investment decision. And at the end of the day, just collect what you love. All right, moving on. Book number 18 on the list. Oh, whoa, look what we got. We got Alpha Flight #1. And again, folks, you got a chance to win this book today just by being subscribed, hitting the notification bell, and dropping a comment below. All right, Alpha Flight #1, first appearance of Puck, Tundra, MARRINA, so many awesome characters. This book has definitely been getting more and more steam. I actually think, in my humble opinion, that the Alpha Flight team was essentially undervalued for a long time. They are a great team. Their run was solid in the 80s. And look, they could absolutely show up in the MCU in some form or capacity at some point in time. Looking at the numbers, though, current 9.6 CGC fair market value, $105, so very affordable. 3 years ago, $46. That's a 128% increase in value with an average raw sale of $29. Now, that's probably, again, you got a early to mid 80s book. You could probably find a nice higher mid grade for somewhere around there. But like I said, this book has definitely been picking up steam. This is one of those books where I see this fair market value continually increasing pretty quickly, probably over the next year, depending if, we're diving into all this speculation about anything related to X-Men or mutants showing up in the MCU. And we're sitting here patiently waiting, right? Specking on a lot of mutant stuff. So let's move on to book number 17. We have Captain America 217. This is the first appearance of Marvel Boy, aka Marvel Man, aka Quasar. He later becomes Quasar. This book is still really affordable, and I think that Quasar personally is going to be a huge player in the MCU in the near future. We shall see. Looking at the numbers, current CGC 8.5 fair market value, $142. 3 years ago, 61 bucks. That's a 133% increase in value. So again, larger increases here. That's a solid number right there. Average raw sale still sitting at $20. Now, being that it's a 35-cent Bronze Age book, mid-grade for 20 bucks. Again, my personal opinion, finding this book even in a mid-grade for under 20 bucks, I think is a very low risk, possible high reward investment for what can happen with Quasar in the MCU. And again, I always like to say this too. Movie spec is not the only reason that we invest in books, and it's not the only reason why books increase in value. It's just something that's added, especially for Marvel books with the MCU. But regardless of Quasar showing up in the MCU, Bronze Age books, especially with first appearances of decent, awesome characters like Quasar, these are going to be solid long-term investments as well, in my humble opinion. All right, moving on to book number 16. What the heck? Is that Spider-Man wearing an X-Men suit? It is, just for fun though, because this is Marvel Team Up Annual #1. Now, this book has a few things going on for it. First team up of Spider-Man and the new X-Men team, right? You see Colossus, Nightcrawler, Storm in there. This is also the first appearance of the new X-Men team outside of an X title. So, pretty awesome stuff. I think this book was highly overlooked, but I've been talking about this a lot lately. You got annuals and king size and the giant sizes. They're getting a lot more recognition nowadays. And there's so many out there that have like first team ups, first appearances, the marriage of so and so and so and so, origins, so many good things going on in annuals and giant size books that a lot more are coming onto the radar for sure. Current 9.6 CGC fair market value sitting at $375. 3 years ago, $155. So again, a nice 142% increase in value. Now, those are high grades for this book, for this Bronze Age book. $17 for average raw sale. That is absolutely solid. Another one where if you could find this in a mid-grade for 20 bucks or so, I do believe it's a solid low-risk investment that could definitely pan out. And again, you got both elements there. Something happening like this in the MCU where you see some of these X-Men characters team up with Spider-Man, but more importantly, just this new X-Men team and all the big first appearances, or you got the giant size X #1, you got the first in title with X-Men 94. This is an early appearance of them that is just a really solid long-term investment, in my humble opinion, folks. All right, everyone, we're halfway through today's list. We got 5 more, but before we move on, I want to take just less than 60 seconds to talk about today's sponsor, PopCultureZone.com. PopCultureZone.com is an online shop focusing on hot new comics, including exclusive and incentive variants, CGC graded comics, and tons of other inventory, including pop culture toys and other collectibles, all at low and competitive prices. PopCultureZone.com ships all over the US, and if you are buying raw comics, they offer flat rate shipping of only $4.99. That's right, $4.99. Absolute craziness, right? And there's no taxes included, excluding New Jersey. Pop Culture Zone is also on eBay, where they hold a 100% positive feedback rating with over 8,000 completed transactions for this year alone. Make sure to check out the link to their website below, as well as their eBay link, so be sure to give them a follow there as well. All right, who is ready for book number 15 on the list? We got some Spider-Woman action, folks. This run has been picking up steam a lot lately. This is Spider-Woman number 20. First meeting between Spider-Woman and Spider-Man. So again, we talk about what makes a book a key. And these types of team-ups are becoming more and more sought after. Now let's look at these numbers. Current CGC 9.8, $412, where 3 years ago it was sitting at about $169. It's 144%, with an average raw sales sitting at $25. Again, nice Bronze Age book, maybe mid-grade, maybe high mid-grade. But again, I always like to, encourage folks to check out your LCSs if you have them in your area. I know everyone isn't spoiled as some of us are, where we have even multiple LCSs, but go check the back issue bins, folks. Go check your back issue bins. See if you could find books like these in the back issue bins for some solid prices still. But there's a lot of speculation around Spider-Woman, which Spider-Woman could show up in the Sony, live action universe of things. Tons of possibilities for sure. But again, this is just another one. The Bronze Age, folks. Bronze Age has so many affordable books that I think are just solid long-term investments no matter what. All right, moving on to book number 14. We got to give some Star Wars love. Man, Star Wars 43. First appearance of Lando Calrissian. Second appearance of Boba Fett. We know Boba's been on fire. I'm loving the show. It's a little slow at times, but absolutely loving it. Current 9.4 CGC fair market value sitting at $136. 30 years ago, $55. What? That is a 3-year increase of 147%, with an average raw sale of $48. Again, Bronze Age, folks. Bronze Age. Goodness. This book, I think, I don't want to say it's undervalued. If you guys know me, I don't like to use that term that much. But again, I talked about a lot of second bests on this list because of the affordability of getting a key book for 50 or under. This is the second appearance of Boba Fett, where his first appearance has just skyrocketed. But it's like we overlook the fact that this is the first appearance of Lando. And I know, Boba might be more iconic in a sense than Lando. But look, Lando has a great future, especially with what Donald Glover has done with the character and how we saw him in the Solo film and the talks of him reprising his role in a Disney Plus show. So Lando's got the swag too, man. Y'all tripping if you ain't going after some Lando. But anyways, so some good potential here for sure. Huge potential for some growth, in my humble opinion. All right, folks, counting down the top 3 of today's list. Number 13, Daredevil 183. Again, what are we talking about? Team-ups, mashups. This is the first Daredevil versus Punisher. Man, season 2 of Daredevil. John Bernthal, man, he's got to come back. We know Charlie's coming back. John's got to come back. We got to see this happen on the big screen. Current 9.6 CGC fair market value, $118. Next to 30 years ago, sitting at a measly 47, 151% increase in value over the last 30 years, with an average raw still sitting at about 20 cents. Oh, don't we wish? $20. What am I going to say, folks? What am I going to say? Bronze Age. Goodness, folks. Let's move on to number 12. Sorry, I get excited when it's all about the turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #1. This is volume 2. It is the first ongoing Archie series. There is, #1 of the limited that got really hot. First appearance of Bebop and Rocksteady in comic books. This is just another, to me, an iconic #1. And as you see in the picture, there are newsstands out there in this issue that command an even higher fair market value. But just an awesome book to have. Obviously, I have this book because I collected Ninja Turtles crazily when I was a kid, and not just the comic books. But let's look at these numbers. Current 9.6 CGC fair market value sitting at $166. 3 years ago, 65. That's a 155% increase. But look at this average raw sale. $17. So very, very affordable. So classic Eastman and Laird. And this book means so much to me. I mean, I'm looking at this image and I can smell the book just because I remember being there in my childhood, just reading these books over and over and over again. But we know what, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, Mirage, has done. But these Archie books I think are going to continue to be even more iconic as they age out. But maybe I'm just biased, folks. All right, we're going to move on to the last book of today's list. Coming in at number 11, we have Avengers 221. She-Hulk joins the Avengers. Okay, let's talk about this book. But since this is the last one, let's look at the numbers first. Current 9.6 CGC fair market value sitting at about $129. 3 years ago, $48. It's a 169% increase. We're getting up there. Average raw sale, $11. Again, Bronze Age. This book is one. Okay, this book has definitely picked up steam because we know that the She-Hulk show is coming. We know that She-Hulk has been cast. All that. We're getting to that point. So you could say, well, everything's She-Hulk now. It's everyone's specking on it. The boom's happening. She-Hulk #1, her first ongoing and first appearance, really, got up there. But this is one, again, I'm all about what's affordable, what's low risk, and what can still bring you a solid return. How much harm can happen if you're dropping $10, $11 on a book like this? It's just, this is another one of those books. No matter what pans out with She-Hulk in the MCU, you have an awesome Bronze Age book that can continue to increase in value for that long term. But it's very apparent for us to recognize the fact that She-Hulk could absolutely become an Avenger in the MCU. And I think if that happens, this book can definitely take off. And if that happens and this book takes off, I think it can definitely, that price can inflate really, really quickly. And, who knows if it'll hold, but it will definitely set new floors, in my opinion. But right now, just another low risk, affordable, possibly high return book right here. So, folks, that's the 10 for today. But gosh, I cannot wait to get into the top 10 of the top 50. But for right now, folks, again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How many of these books do you all own? How many are you guys hunting for right now? And let me know if you thought that there could have been some other books on this list. And hey, maybe we just haven't seen them yet. But before we go, as always, I have to thank all of my wonderful Patreon members. Thank you so much for another month of continued support. If anyone is interested in joining, I do offer the membership for only $3.99 a month, the price of one comic book. You get extra perks, including a monthly Q&A video, and I do random Patreon-only giveaways as well. So a big shout out to all of you: Sherry, Matt, Kyle, Justin, Kenwick, Jordan, X11, Shelby, Kenneth. Kenneth, if you're watching, you got a prize. You won the last contest. Hit me up. Rich, Tony, Marty, Larry, Jeremy, Keith, Michael, Tricky, Clicky, Alvin, Fletch, Pedro, Peter, Joji, Larissa, Sagi, Dan, and Simon. Thank you all so much. And of course, I cannot forget my wonderful YouTube channel members. If you guys are interested in that, that's only $1.99 a month. You do get extra perks there as well, including early access to certain videos like these and random giveaways as well. So thank you all so much for the continued support. Folks, thank you for joining me today. Again, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. I make content almost every single day, week after week, month after month. I am here for you, producing all kinds of comic book content. Thank you guys for watching. Be well, and until next time.